Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us again here at IDWP. And today we're basically honored to have someone, just a celebrity, I would say, in the romance industry. Today is with us Nancy Barkley. And first and foremost, I must say we're proud to have her in our advisory board as member of our advisory board. And, uh, and let me tell you a little bit about her. She's actually, Nancy's a mom, she's an entrepreneur, she's internationally respected as a travel expert and a speaker. She owns and she founded her own company, Honeymoons and Getaways, a travel agency which is based out of Philadelphia in the US. Um, she she's so passionate in the romance industry with love, determination, and her hard work. She has been always trying to get updated and learning every single day, especially under the days and the circumstances we're all living today. She's never stopped learning because she wants to be updated with her customers. And with that, she has become basically an authority in the romance travel industry, and her comments, her articles have been featured in the New York Times, CNN, Forbes, Money Matters, HuffPost Travel Market Report, just to name some of them. Her achievement also as a speaker, she has participated, of course, in our signature event several times, Love Mexico World Romance Travel Conference, which, by the way, let me make a parenthesis here. We'll have our event this year on December from 8 to 11. Follow us on the social media. It's going to be taking place in Riviera Maya. It will be hybrid. We'll have a virtual participation as well and the live participation. So she has become, Nancy has become a great speaker and participated in many, many events because of her expertise in the romance travel. I think nowadays, with all the things we're going through, we know everything that you hear from the news, but let's think about what is going on with the romance travel. And when we talk about romance travel, it's not only destination weddings, but also honeymoons and anniversaries. So so much. Thank you for today, and tell us a little bit what you see.
Anna, your beautiful face is frozen on my screen.
Go ahead, Nancy. Did you?
I did not hear anything. You froze on me. I'm so sorry. I lost everything.
It's okay. Technology, I'm sorry. That's okay. I make a brief introduction about you. I talk about you, Nancy. And I was saying that nowadays, with all the things we're living in the circumstances, we all know there are cancellations, the negative part of what's going on. But let's look into the future. Let's look forward. And we want you to comment a little bit about how do you see the destination weddings?
Sure. And first of all, thank you for having me on. And when you did ask me to come on and to pick a topic, I wanted to, I specialize in romance travel, but I wanted to put the emphasis on tourism, romance tourism, because we're all affected by this and we're all involved. And, it's travel agents, wedding planners, photographers, florists. I mean, all of this is tourism. So I think we all should work together here and move forward, which is why I thought the topic would be so appropriate. To answer your questions, how do I see destination weddings right now? Well, you used to have a plan B. Now you have to have a plan C, D, E, F, G. I mean, I think that the key right now is to be flexible. To be flexible, of course, but I also see weddings smaller. I see right now, smaller groups, and I think there's an advantage to this because I know myself when, all of this happened, we were just helping people and we were on the phone and we were constantly reaching out to the venues, to the tour operators, to the tour guides, to the DMCs. We're really the advocates for our brides and grooms and for our clients. So I see this as an opportunity now for us because, the weddings might be smaller, but now there might be the budget, for the wedding planner that maybe couples could not have before, or for the destination specialist that they could not hire, or, more pictures or more florists. I think we should really get out there and tell people because honestly some people don't know what we do. I mean, they don't know all the work that goes behind it. So I think we should start itemizing everything that we do and let our clients know and just put it out there.
Absolutely. I mean, we all know that, of course, right now there's a lot of travel restrictions, but eventually, and we know travel will come back. We all know that. I
Right.
mean, somebody wrote an article that I love that says, love will prevail, and people will keep getting married, and people will keep celebrating. But even so, the circumstances that we're living right now, what do you think is the most important about working right now to tell our colleagues, the travel, whoever is involved in the travel industry, what is it that they need to focus right now in order to get ready and prepare for the future?
Well, I think the focus right now is to stay positive and, do what I'm doing right now is, which a lot of people are doing. I'm taking this opportunity to learn about more, I'm doing my website. But also, I think this is a great time to reach out to other people and to help other people. I'm very active on social media, especially on LinkedIn. And, I'm meeting more people now that I think I've ever met before. I think it's a time for us to start working together. I always thought it was great, and I have worked with wedding planners together, and it's worked out wonderfully. But now I think we should just take that a step farther. Let's work with, I'm a small business. There are a lot of small businesses out there. Let's work with the florists. Let's work with the venues. Let's get our little groups together and promote one another because we're all in this together. Even small steps. Facebook. I'm getting a lot of friend Facebook requests. Wonderful. But and then you get invited to like somebody's page. So like their page, post a positive comment, go on LinkedIn, reach out to a tour guide or a cake maker or just post positive things on other people's and just keep the inspiration and the momentum going.
Absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, I think the romance travel industry involves different professions, a lot of professions. Even the tourism industry involves a lot of professions. And so I think this is a great moment to really understand the chain of value of travel, of working all together, as you're saying. I think that even considering partnerships maybe uh, could be a key to start working.
Now's a really good time to reach out to the tourism boards because they're there for you. They want the tourism. I mean, this is affecting everyone's economy. I recently, I was working on a beautiful elopement in Germany and, at the beautiful castle, which you can't pronounce. I wrote it down, Neuschwanstein. Say that 3 times quickly. But I worked on this elopement for a very long time, and unfortunately, we're going to have to postpone that. But the Germany Tourism Board has been there for me. I've been, talking to them. They've been helping me. They have a great promotion out. They sent me a great quote that I would love to quote towards the end of this, that is very inspirational. But this just happened to be an elopement I was working on in Germany. I mean, all of them. All the tourism boards are out there to help you, and all you need to do is reach out to them and ask them for what they're doing and how we can work together to promote each other.
Yeah, from what we heard, it's actually that this is a segment of the market and the tourism that's going to rebound faster than others, especially, for example, if we compare to groups, conventions, or corporation meetings. I think this is going to rebound faster than ever. So maybe this is precisely what you say, the moment also to get to learn more destinations,
Yep.
get to know more suppliers, and which, by the way, feel free to join us on the chat if you want to make any particular question to Nancy. We will try to pick up those at the end. But yeah, coming back to what we're saying, I think it's very important to. Do you think the couples in the future are going to be more demanding because of what we just live in this month? What's going to happen? How you see that profile of your customers in the future?
I don't think they're going to be more demanding. I think they're going to be more grateful, honestly, because I just know, and it's just me, so it's very small here, and I just know what I've done for my couple these past couple of months with the honeymoons that are postponed and the elopements, and everyone is very gracious. Everyone is very thankful, and I think when we come out of this, I think they're going to be more appreciative of travel agents, and I think they're going to be more appreciative of wedding planners. I do, because we're really here from them, and I've been getting nothing but thank yous. So I mean, that's very nice. But then on the other side, I think I've reached out for the first time on a Facebook group, because we all are in this together. And, I'm sitting here and I'm in my home office and I'm like, oh my gosh, I wonder what other people are doing. Are they having this problem? And, I posted for the first time in a Facebook travel agent group. And it was just so wonderful to get so many great responses of, I'm going through this. This is what works for me. And it was just very reassuring for me to see other people were going through this, and other people helping each other. And I think that's the spirit we need to do right now, is just help each other.
Which is great. I think that at the end of the day, the couples will be there. It's new generation. And I think also talking about your colleagues, I think we have some technical problems at the beginning, and maybe you didn't hear about Nancy's background, but she's a great expertise in the romance travel. She's been dedicated her whole life, her passion to romance travel and destination weddings. What would you tell these new travel agents coming, this new generation that is joining this industry, that they heard about the destination wedding? What would you tell them to get involved on this?
I would say first of all, as long as I've been doing this, I am constantly learning. I am constantly taking classes. I'm constantly networking. I want to keep up with the trends. I want to see what's out there. And also, I really think that we can learn from each other. While I've been doing this for a while, and I know I have so many connections, because in the travel business, connections are it. I mean, you need to know everybody, and it's very, very important to keep connections going. But I think we can learn from each other. The younger generation, I'm learning from them. I'm learning from their technology. I mean, I think we just all can learn from each other. And I think what you're doing with the newsletters, I think that's wonderful. I read them all the time. And I think if somebody, I just read that, it was fascinating, your last one about these pop-up weddings. That looks like a new tradition. And I'm like, wow, that is wonderful. It looks like it's working in Portugal. Could it work here? I mean, is that something that we could do here? I mean, I think if we all had positive ideas and inspire each other and just keep everything going positively with the momentum, I think everything's going to be fine. It might take a little bit, but it's going to be fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it will take time, but the business is coming back, and I think that as a travel agent, I mean, I think there are so many options that now you can propose also to these new couples. Because back in the end, it was kind of maybe those destinations that had those resorts with the packages already prepared. But now I think the customer might be asking for a little bit more customization, maybe. Because I'm hearing about what you said, pop-up weddings, allotments. I mean, it's just like kind of new things coming up that is demand.
There are new things coming up, and I think this is a great time to rethink your business and to learn for new things. Because I know me personally, people that are requesting, they're wanting more private right now. More private being not that they don't want to go to Mexico or they don't want to travel, but maybe do a villa or maybe do an all inclusive where they have all the safety protocols in place, but they don't really need to leave. And I really think that, customization, private, I think all of that is coming into play now. And I think, right before I got on here, I got a Google from my Google alert, and people, the most searched were travel agents in my area. That was the most searched. So I think that says something for me that, people are looking towards travel agents right now.
Yeah, and also you were mentioning that a lot of these celebrations, and of course we understand that under the situation right now, they decide to do domestic, local celebrations. But I would say for the travel agent, there's still an opportunity because there's a honeymoon to be taken. So what about the honeymoons? Because I do see the reopening of many destinations in Mexico, Caribbean, and of course that's where honeymoon comes into place, don't you think?
Yes, for honeymoons, when all this first started, the drive market, some place that you could drive to was very, very, that's what everyone was looking for. But now as things are reopening, people are looking, especially for honeymoons. I mean, heck, I'm in Philadelphia. We call Cancun Philly South. I mean, it's like not even, it's a joke, but I mean, some people don't even, it's just a 3 hour flight. So it's such a wonderful destination to go to. And we're lucky here on the East Coast for our honeymooners that we have so many beautiful Caribbean islands that we can get to. But if you're on the West Coast, you can go out to, Puerto Vallarta, Los Cabos, Hawaii. People still do want to go on a honeymoon. It's all about right now, we made it through, gosh, I remember the swine flu. I mean, 9/11. I mean, it's now just a new reality. We're going to have to wear masks, you're going to have to keep up with the safety, but people are going to travel. There's a pent up demand for it, and honeymoons are always going to be something.
Yeah, so I think little by little, but things will come back. And what you need to do, I think, two takeaways I would say from what we talk about is keep learning.
Keep
You
learning,
never stop
always
learning.
keep learning.
As I said at the beginning, you're one person that never stop learning, and
Always.
that's something that great opportunity now that you're being home based, that you can still learn more about your partners, learn about new destinations, and of course, the, the next step would be partnering. Understand the chain of value of the romance industry, and I think that's a great attitude. There's a comment here from Monica Cesar, which I think is great. She said, in my business, I'm a full-time destination wedding planner who is partnered with dedicated travel agent, and together we specialize in each of our professions to offer the clients expertise in each area. I specialize in planning the wedding property, the property, and the agents book to group into the accommodations, who help support the local economy and the vendors in each destination, which I think is a great attitude. Thank you, Monica, for sharing your thought on this.
That's perfect. And that's the whole purpose is to, so many of us depend on tourism, myself included. And, we just have to tour guides. And my heart is warm when I go on Facebook and I see all these people in Mexico and all these people in the Caribbean and people are traveling. So, just get back out there.
Absolutely. And one of the things, stay tuned because precisely the association IADWP with our travel agents and wedding planners member, we're opening up by the end of this year and before you officially we will announce it, we're opening our Europe and Asia chapter precisely to show you and try to bring more knowledge about new destinations. As you know, we started a decade ago on Mexico with Love Mexico, but eventually we will come with new destinations. We already did with the Latin American community. We have joined Caribbean destinations in South America. So little by little, we're moving forward to the international destinations for you to get to know more options to present to your customers when they come on board.
And I'm so thrilled with that. I mean, when you told me you were going to Turkey, that's one of my favorite beautiful destinations, as of course all over Europe and Italy and Portugal and Spain. And I heard rumors you're going to India now. Is that true? Is that a secret?
No, 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 we can share it. There are no secrets in this. It's just that the official announcement will happen, but yeah, eventually, yes.
I think it's wonderful. I think growing
Because
and helping and sharing all of this is wonderful. And I think we can all learn from each other. I know that I'm always asking people, for advice too. I think just helping each other and supporting each other is what's needed right now.
yeah, and before all this thing happened, we know that, for example, long haul destination weddings like yourself, you were talking about Germany and in Italy. What do you think is going to happen with the long haul destination weddings?
Well, I think they're going to come back. I really do. I think it's just, for me personally, I can tell you everything that I had for Europe this year, they've all postponed. So they all, and it's to next year. I think for me, I think the long hauls are going to come back, but not until next year. But they're also, they're trying to keep you inspired. And, the German Tourism Board, they gave me a website that you can look for to keep the inspiration up. But I think it's going to be until next year. And I have reached out to a couple of the tourist boards, Portugal. I love Portugal. I do a lot in Portugal. Italy is it's my favorite. Okay, there, I said it. But I think it's going to be for me next year until people start doing the long haul.
So you see the business coming stronger next year,
I
definitely.
do. I really do for the long haul. But I think for me, right now, and a lot of agents in my area, I think Mexico is opening up very nicely right now, as is the Caribbean. But I just think the international is going to take a little bit longer. But on the international side, they're able to travel. I mean, I see some people internationally traveling. If you're in Europe, they're staying. If you're in Portugal, they're traveling with destinations within Portugal. If you're in Italy, they're able to do that. It's just for us going over now. I don't have anyone personally.
That's great. That's great. Anything else you want to share, Nancy? Because I think as a personal side, a lot of us has been going through the ups and downs during the last weeks and months, and sometimes maybe some of them, oh no, being on the negative part and say, oh, too many cancellations. But at the end of the day, how do you see that as a personal attitude for yourself and to share with the rest of the community?
It does get like that sometimes, especially, I've had weeks where, you have these cancellations and these postponements, and I just go back to helping one another. Me personally, whenever I start feeling like that, I'll go on to like a chat or a Facebook, and I'll try to answer other people's questions or help other people's questions or ask them about each other, and what are you doing and what's working and what's not working. And just really trying to keep the inspiration up, because it's really easy to be negative. So I just think if we all work together and just try to reach out to somebody, one person a day, just go on to one person a day and say, hey, how's it going with your business? What are you doing? What's working? What's not working? Reaching out locally. I'm in the Philadelphia area, so I've been reaching out to local vendors and asking them what they're doing, and just just keep your spirits up because this is going to pass and people are traveling right now. It's just
Yeah, and maybe mentoring new people who are coming into the industry.
yeah, yeah, I know. Mentoring is always good and helping people is always good too.
Because at the end of the day, when you help somebody, you're helping yourself.
I know that's what I do. I go on there I go on and I try to answer people's questions and help people and in the same token ask what they're doing and what's working for them.
Absolutely. We have a quick question here from Robert London. Thank you, Robert, for joining us. Do you think couples who had to get married for legal reasons locally will choose to have a destination celebration after the pandemic?
Hi Robert, how are you? How are things in New York? um, I do. I think, and I can tell you this from experience. People that want to get married right now, they're doing it. If they have the date and they want to do it, they're getting married and they're saving the celebration for later. But if they want to postpone it, they're going to postpone it. So to answer the question, yes, I think if people want to get married and they have that date set, we're going to get married November 15th. We've had it. That's when we're going to get married. I don't care if it's just at the Justice of the Peace. I think they will eventually have their celebration when they can.
Yeah, I agree with you. Actually, it's just a friend of mine, her daughter just got married. They're a Mexican-American family living in Texas. And legally, they got married just with the parents of the couple. But they said, oh, all the Mexican family couldn't travel and they didn't join us. So we're going to celebrate that sooner or later. It's going to be next year, but we will. I think celebration is going to be very important no matter what.
I do too, and I have seen in some celebrations, not necessarily just weddings, but a lot of them are doing like, the hybrid. They're doing, virtual, but some people are there. So the immediate family members that are there and can be there, and they're all safe together are there, and then they're doing the Zoom and the videos were.
Yeah, I'm talking about business opportunities. I think that hybrid celebrations are here to stay, regardless the pandemic, because sooner or later, for a destination wedding, we all know that sometimes people can't travel, but they
Right,
want to. So I
right.
think that's a business opportunity. As a wedding planner or travel agent, now you need to think about a hybrid platform. And not only that, we heard also about some longer celebrations where you not only have like the reception, the formal reception after the ceremony, but maybe you start with a brunch with the elder people and then divide so you don't have the huge groups together, and maybe you have a brunch, you have a lunch, you have something else, and more days celebrating at the end. So the whole profile of a celebration can change.
Yeah, and you know what? My oldest son got married last year, so we sort of did a hybrid. See, I'm ahead of the trend here, but we had an intimate, gorgeous garden wedding. It was absolutely beautiful. Maybe about 50 people, and the people that could not come, we did the videotaping. So it was really nice. Everyone that was there was in person, and then people that couldn't travel to it because even though that was domestic and considered in a drive market, some people couldn't make it because it was too far from them, and it worked out really well. I mean, you just need to be creative.
Exactly. That's the most important. Anything else you want to add, Nancy, to our audience, to our members?
I would just say that I think we really, and I can't stress this enough, is to really, to reach out and to just inspire each other. I challenge everyone to tomorrow contact one person, for your business, anybody, a florist, anybody that you can try to work with and try to just get local businesses going together because we're all in the same boat here and the small businesses and the tourism, we all need to stick together. And reach out to your tourist boards because I've been doing it and they've been extremely helpful in trying to help, as there are the hotels. The hotels want your bookings, everybody does. I just more and just keep the inspiration up. I think we'll all be fine.
Very good. Well, Nancy, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you always for helping the association as well as part of the advisory board. Always your comments, your support are very, very valuable for us. So thank you everybody for joining us. And as Nancy said, networking is very important. And World Romance Travel Conference in December 8 to 11 is going to be very important for you to networking and get to know people, travel agents, wedding planners. And this year is a very special conference. I think you know that we merge also the Congreso Latinoamericano, so we will have more than 20 countries present. We will have the two events, Latin America, US, and Canada. So it's going to be unique and a unique experience where you can exchange a lot of knowledge, a lot of the expertise from other countries. Sometimes talking about being creative, I mean, this is the great way to be creative, get to know new cultures as well.
Learning, that is my big thing. Get out there, inspire people, and to learn about other people's cultures. I cannot stress that enough. Yes, that is what travel is all about.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Nancy, for joining us today.
Stay healthy. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Bye-bye.